Hi everyone, welcome back to our Stamperia Forest mini album. We are getting close to the end. Sorry, I've got something falling over here. And we're just going to keep going with it today. And I want to go straight off. This, by the way, in case you're just seeing this video first, is Stamperia Forest is the collection in the 8x8 and the 12x12. And the cardstock is artisan cardstock from Country Craft Creations in black, craft, burgundy, and green. Okay, so let's go back to this waterfall that we hadn't done before. So I want to show you what my thinking on it is. As you can see, I was trying a ribbon closure, but I don't like it, so we're not going to use that. Let me take that off, but I wanted you to see it. So I hadn't finished this because I had run out of magnets, and today is Saturday, and they are not, my order is not scheduled for delivery till Tuesday, and I don't want to wait that long. So I had one magnet left, and I put it under here. And then I have this magnet, which is a much fatter magnet than what I usually use, but as you can see, it'll work, and I think I'm going to use it because there's so much bulk with this waterfall, it's really not going to be visible. So let me show you what I've done with this waterfall. I matted each of the pieces with one of the cut-aparts from the tag sheet on the 12x12 collection. So let me show you those. On this one, I put a piece of craft, and I need to do that for the rest. I haven't done it yet. But I want you to see all these. And then I'll put craft on the back of all the rest. Okay, and then this is the base. Okay, so we have that. And I put a magnet right here on the top one, on the inside, right there. All right, so then what I'm going to do is just turn it over, take this magnet, let it fall where it falls, okay? So you can see that's holding. And I'm just going to tape. I actually need to tape the whole thing so I can put it in. So I am going... I'm just going to put a long piece of tape that goes right over that magnet. Oh, I don't want to move it. Just be careful. Go. And what did I do with my little ruler that I tear with? I don't see it. I'm going to use my Tim Holtz for the moment. Go. Okay. Now let me see if I can find my ruler. I've got so much stuff on this table that we have to work on. I don't see my little ruler, but I'll just use my scissors. It will turn up. This table is driving me crazy. This whole craft area is driving me crazy. It's a mess from so much crafting over the holidays. Today's January 4th, I think. I don't know, I'm not even sure the day. That's got to be, I think. So, and I should have done a big cleanup before I started this album, but I just couldn't wait, so I didn't. Put this one close to the edge. Close enough. I do not, I don't have the right glasses. I really ought to go get the right glasses so I can see what I'm doing. All right. Hang on. I'm going to go get my other glasses so I can see. There we go. That is much better. Oh my goodness, I didn't get those very close to the edge at all, did I? But I think they're close enough. There we go. Now, I think I want... Did I mention everything is a mess? That was my something falling off my little cart that I keep next to me with tools on it. All right, so I'm going to peel that back. Put that there. And I think since I was so far off here in this corner, I'm going to add a little piece here. Normally I would use a solid sheet from one of my score sheets, but I just didn't feel like getting one out and cutting it, to be perfectly honest. This magnet hasn't got any tape on either side of it, so I may just put a little piece there. Alright, so I'm going to pull all the tape off. The back of the tape, rather, not the actual tape. I should burnish that. Hang on. Want to press that down a little bit around that magnet, because like I said, that magnet is quite a bit thicker than what I normally use. And then I am going to just put another little piece like that. I do not want that magnet shifting. Okay, here we go. Now let's grab our book. I feel like Jolly is on her way. I heard her come trotting in, so let me get one of those. And as you can see, I've got side pocket inserts in, and I only did 4 of the 5, so I can show you how to do those. Okay, so now we're just going to center this side to side and top to bottom. A good press. Okay, and I am just, and you don't actually have to mat the insides of this, because that's where photos are going to go. I mean, I had to put this one because that magnet's there, but if you don't want to use any more paper, or you don't want to add the bulk of more mats, you don't have to, because that's the designated picture spot. So I'm just burnishing here to make sure it's stuck down really well. There we go. Alright, so that looks great. Okay, so now let me show you the side pocket inserts. I've got, as you can see, well, let me show you how to make one rather than pull them out, because I'll tell you right now, they are a little bit tricky to get in and out of this book because they're a little bulky, but I'll show you. I'll take them out. Alright. So what you need for each side pocket insert, and you're making 5, and I'll give you an option if you don't want to do this. You need a piece 10 inches by 6 7/8. Okay, so 6 7/8 by 10. Score it at 5, fold it in half, burnish, nice and flat. Then you want to take a corner rounder. This is optional. Make sure you're not, this is the fold. So on the other side from the fold, not the fold side, you want to round these corners. I'm using the 1/2 inch on my crop top. Okay, so there's that. Then you need 2 pieces that are 6 3/4 by 1 inch. And then you need 2 pieces that are 4 7/8 by 6 3/4. I think I cut these 6 3/4. Actually, I went 6 5/8. So 6 5/8 by 1 inch, 6 5/8 by 4 7/8. All right, so let's set aside those for the moment. These are going to go inside. Okay, like that. All right, now I'm going to give you an option. I'm going to glue these down and I'll tell you about the option while I'm doing that. This, you need 5 of these. So that means you need 5 pieces like this, 10 pieces like this. That's a lot of paper. It's also quite a bit of bulk when it's folded over like that. So if you don't want to deal with that, or you don't want to use that much paper, then just make the, don't make the folds. Make it 5 by 6 7/8. And don't fold it. Just do a flat insert. And then you would only need, half as much paper. You could use thinner strips to make these, and you would only need 5 of these instead of 10. Yikes, that's going to be underneath. Okay. Well, that's a little low. Hang on. Let's slide that up a little bit. There we go. And I did not put that one on very straight at all, did I? Okay. Too busy chit-chatting. Okay. Now, another thing you could do, and I actually got out some stamps that I have because I thought I might stamp these. In the end, I decided not to, just because, this is one of the few places in this album that's truly dedicated to pictures, especially large pictures. And so I didn't want to have anything that was going to end up getting covered up or whatever. I just left them plain. And then another thing you could do is you could use one side with this craft. Let's try and get this one a little bit straighter. There we go. You could do one side with the craft, and then the other side, like craft here maybe, and then maybe a ledger paper or a lined paper here for journaling. Something like that. You can play around with it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's what I did on the Spring Botanic album. I think that I used some sort of lined paper for one of these. Okay, so now that's the inside. Okay, now the outside, we're just going to put a strip along the edge. Okay, so what you need to do, and you could, I don't know if you could see, I'm sure, on camera. Look how rough the edge is. Cut it on that little cutter that I hate so much. I really, really need to get another cutter. Okay. So what you need to do, I did these one at a time because I was so paranoid I was going to put them upside down. They are directional, usually, this paper. And by the way, this size was determined by the amount of scraps I had left that would fit. If you have enough to do a 1.5 inch strip or 1 1/4, go ahead and do that. But I went with 1 inch because that's what I had enough scraps left to do. So I'm going to, I know it's going to go like this, so I need to round this corner and this corner. That, and then I'm going to ink. And certainly it would make sense to round all your corners, ink the whole every one, and then glue all of them down. But like I said, I did them one at a time because I wanted to make sure I got them right side up. That, and I'm going to grab my white just to give myself some contrast. Make sure I got it straight. Go. And I'm not using any kind of closure on these. You can if you want. I think the last thing this book needs is more magnets, so I just like them as is. All right, then this one is going to go like this, okay? And I'm double checking that it's straight. Now it looks upside down, but that's just because I flipped the book around, the booklet. But it's fine. I think I didn't round that very well. Okay. And if you have plenty of paper, you could even fully mat these inside and out. But I do not, I mean, I have other collections, but I don't really want to cut into any more of my paper if I can help it. I'd rather save it for another project because we're near the end. Now, I still have cut-aparts to use, and I have some scraps big enough to make tags and things. So we still have more to do, but I just don't want to, I want to avoid cutting into any more 12 by 12s if I can help it. All right, so there we go, side pocket inserts. We need 5 of these. Okay, so let me pull these back and I'll show you this out of the way. Okay, I'll put a cover on my glue. Okay. So pull this out, you can see they're all the same, so I won't pull them all out. And then when you put them in, you may need to like fuss with it. That's why they're not necessarily a tight fit, but the edge of that edge mat gets caught a little bit sometimes. All right, so I have 4, and this is the last one. That one's gonna go here. See, I'm having it. Once they're dry, it's easier. I just want to make sure I'm not lifting up that mat that I just put down. There we go. Okay, there we go. So you can see why you might want to make them less bulky, but they do go in and out easier after time. Okay, there. Now we have our closure, but I need some, I need some chain in the right color, and I have it on order, so I'll get back to that. So now we have to make inserts for our pockets. We need to make something for here. And actually, I'm wondering, well, we'll see. We definitely need to make something for there. I just don't know what yet. So all of our pockets and whatnot need items in them. Let's see, this is a place for photos, so that's fine. And that's fine. Oh, this is our big spread in the middle, so we don't really need to do anything there. Another pocket here. You know, I may do the backs of these, I may not. I don't really need anything there. And this is where our little notebook is going to go. I could actually put it in if I could find it. I pulled it out to work on it. I don't know what I did with it. I told you this desk is just making me insane. All right. Well, I will locate it and put it in. Okay. So I think we need to just start thinking about inserts. So I'm going to cut apart my cut-apart sheets that I have left, and then be back and see where we go with it. Let me do that. So before I cut, I wanted to show you what I have left of full sheets. I have scraps over there, and I have a few other little scraps. And then, so I have the back cover from the 12 by 12. I have this sheet from the 12 by 12. So these will all be good bases for tags. I have the inside front cover, which will be great for tags, of the 12 by 12. And I have this cut apart from the 12 by 12, and this cut apart from the 12 by 12. So there's a fair bit left from the one 12 by 12. And then on the 8 by 8, I have this one and this one. I have this. Oh, this is from the 12 by 12. These are the tags that are left after we did the waterfall. And then I have this sheet. Is that right? I feel like I should have one more sheet of this with the tag. Oh, you know what? I think I cut it up. Maybe. I don't see the little tags. I probably still have that sheet somewhere. Hang on. I checked. I do not have the little tags on the 8 by 8 because I used this side of that paper. Okay, So this is what I have left. This one, this one, this one, this one, and then the other ones I just showed you. So I'm going to do some cutting of these and be back. Okay, I'm back. Jolly has joined. I wanted to show you, I did not cut this sheet because I have an idea for something I think I want to do with it. So I'm going to set that aside. And I didn't cut this sheet because I figure I'll just cut these, you know, as I use them. So I have scraps to use. I have the couple of other sheets to use that you saw. I have, come on honey, what are you doing? No, you can't have that. Look at that, she found just one tiny little back of a piece of tape. They're like, she's obsessed with them. Yeah. Oopsie daisy. Okay. So all I really have cut apart are these large ones, which I didn't fully cut because they have kind of a rough decal edge, which I'll probably either tear or cut. Same with these little guys. Some of them will be matted. And then I have these tags, which I left a little border around so they can be matted or used in some way. So we have those. And then I have some small scraps, which you can see here. Let me pull these out. Some of them are quite little, some of them are a good bit bigger. I have some fussy cuts. I have these, which I was fussy cutting from, but I still have these. And of course we have cardstock. So I think the first thing to do, while I still have some big pieces, is make something for inside the vellum pocket. Let's do that first. And I want to make a big fancy tag. So I think 4.5 by 6.5 is good size. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let me see. I'm looking around, but you can't see it. I'm looking to see if I have any lightweight chipboard. I used a lot of it over the holidays, so I don't know if I have any left. I do. Okay, so this is lightweight chipboard. It's basically the same as you know, a cracker box or cereal box, something like that. So I'm going to use that. And let me just double check, because I didn't write the size, and I said it all of 3 seconds ago, so I can't remember what it was. Four and a half by 6.5, right? Yep. All right, so I'm going to cut myself a base out of that. 4.5 by 6.5. Okay. Now you don't need to use something as heavyweight as that. You could use, and it's not that heavy. It's, you know, it's lightweight, but you could just use a piece of cardstock if you want. But this is what I'm going to use. So let me, before I go through a lot of fuss and bother with it, let's make sure it fits. Yep, that's good. And I think that I want to make it a tag. So what I'm going to do is just cut like that, and then I'm going to take this piece over here, line up the two sides, and then cut. There. Okay, now we have a tag. Easy. Just gathering a few things that we might want to use. Let's see, I have this book. And I know I'm tearing apart a book, but let's see if there's any page in here that would suit our purposes. And that's kind of cool. Even just something with a lot of text would be fine. This one, maybe I'd like something a little more color though. Let's see. That with that. Oh, that's cute. I don't know if we want to use it or not. For this, kind of goes though. Not much of it will show anyway in the end. That's why I'm leaning towards maybe something with more text. Let's use that. All right. So I may use just this little section. I've got some coffee dyed lined paper, some coffee dyed plain paper. I have a dictionary page. So I might use these as well. And then of course we have our cardstock. I've got a scrap right here of the burgundy. Got some little torn scraps. And I've got some green off to the side if we want it. So let's think what we want to use for the base. And that I think I want to use. I've got those sheets that I haven't cut yet. Oh, and I have this piece in the 8 by 8 that I've not cut yet. Alright, I think this would make a good base for the tag. I don't think very much of it's going to show in the end. So let me cut a piece. This side? No, I'm going to use this side since I don't think it's going to show anyway in the end. Or at least not much of it. So we have 4.5 by 6.5. This is going to be the base. And then I'm going to cut a piece 4.5 by 6.5 of my coffee dye sheet to be the back of the tag. And those are scraps. So this is going to be the front and this is going to be the back. So I'm going to go ahead and ink these and let's get these down. I am using walnut stain for my ink. Distress ink from Ranger, Tim Holtz. If I had any of the rice papers for this collection, this would be an awesome place to use them, but I don't. Let's see, I think I'll use this side. Set this aside. Give myself a little room here. I have got, oh, there's that little notebook I was looking for, right there. Okay. And I'm putting the glue on the tag rather than the paper because I didn't cut the corners off the paper. So this way I can just have glue where I need it. Now something like this, I'm always inclined to just get out my Graphic 45 tags and dies and use those. And certainly you could do that if you have those. But I know not everybody has them, and I'm trying to not always use them in every book because not everybody has those. Excuse me. that, and then let's turn it over. I'll do the same on this side. And actually, I'm wondering if we shouldn't use that decorative side that I just did as the back and this coffee dye as the front, since I'm going to cover it pretty much all up. I think that's what I'll do. That way we'll have a decorative side on the back. You could do it the other way, and then this would be your side for journaling, whichever you think you're likely to use. Okay. And then I am going to just cut off the corners. There we go. Okay, so maybe we'll make this the back. That way it's got something on it, and this can be the front. Okay. All right. Now we just need to play with this and decide what we're going to do. Putting the stopper back in my glue. Alright, let's see. I should have more fussy cuts than that, because I had the fox, I think, or maybe I didn't cut him out. I know I didn't use him. Let's see, there's the bear. I always like these narrow strips on tags. I think they look nice. And I definitely want to use one of the phrases. Oh, there's the little fox. I might want to use him. I have to finish cutting him out. This little tree line is pretty. There's the berries. And where are my phrases? Okay, here we go. So which one? I kind of like this one. Let's use that. And we'll probably do some tearing on that, but I'm just going to cut it with my cut-a-bees. I like this one too. I'm going to cut this one while I'm at it. Okay, so I may use this too. I may use this instead of this. Okay, so I'm just sort of collecting things I think I might want to use. This would add some color, but that's very similar to actually what's in the lining that, I think it's actually from the same sheet that's lining that pocket. Something like that, maybe. Maybe something with a little more color. One thing this collection is not is super bright, which is fine. Let's see. All right, that goes like that. We have this little butterfly bit from here. And let's see. Don't forget we also have these. Okay, I'm going to set aside some of the things that I know will go on the top. Let's make a base first. All right, so let's see. I think that's kind of obvious, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to put that at the bottom. And let's see, a think I'll save my skinny bits for on top. And maybe put that there. Save that for another one, I think. That. Actually, I could do that. And then, let's see, I want to use that because that's kind of wide. So we do that. Do that. And that. All right, let's start with these 3 pieces and then start layering from there. And I'm going to tear this. All right, so let's just tear that. That. I'll put that like that. So we're going to put that down first, I think. Or maybe I'll put this first, and then I can tear this edge. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. All right, this is a decal edge ruler that I use for tearing. It comes in a set. I never use the other ones, but it's worth it just to have this one. Whoop. Probably should have done this from the other side. Trying to tear such a little piece is not. Okay, let me try it from this way. Okay, there we go. Let me go ahead and ink. This piece is going to go down first. Okay. Put that piece like that. I just wonder if I have a little something that I want to put there underneath. I love the way that looks, but I'm going to save it for something else because that's the lining that's where this pocket's going, so it's not going to give me much contrast or interest. Maybe dictionary. Hang on. What is that? Oh, a chamois. Maybe this little chanterelle. It's a forest thing. Do that. should have used glue stick for that. Okay. Go. Okay, then we're going to put this here. Have to bear in mind this thing needs to fit in a pocket, so I can't add too much dimension to it. All right, and I'm just going to trim this. Okay. And I'm just going to tuck a little glue under there. And ink. Okay. And then we're going to do this piece. Oh, I tore it so much that it doesn't cover that anymore. Okay, that's fine because I have this piece, which I kind of intended to put right there anyway. Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to leave that long. No, I'll tear it. Tear any extra as I needed. Oh, you know what? Let me check one other thing too. Hang on. The other thing we could do is put that over that and put this over here. Oh, I like that better. Okay, so let's do that. And I have a lot of glue right there, so I'm going to use my template scissors because they're already gumpy. Oops. Get off. I threw a piece away. Okay. And then we'll put this here. And what will go there? Let's see. I have this piece. There, maybe. Oh, we have that. We have this little butterfly thing. Let's play with this. Okay. What did I do? Oh my gosh, this desk is driving me crazy. There it is. Good for my decollage. Alright, so let's just tear that like that. Obviously much larger than we need. Kind of made a mess of that. Alright, suppose we put that sort of like that. Hang on. I want to cover up the green. Okay, if we put that like that, that looks kind of weird. It looks like that's growing out the top of that. What if we did it more angled, like that? That's kind of cool. then it kind of, I've got two things going at the exact same angle. Don't care for that. Okay, so suppose we turn it that way. This is not working. Okay, I'm going to hang on to that. We'll use it elsewhere. We have this little piece. Let's see if we use anything quite that big. Maybe that. Like that. Okay, let's do that. Alright, so I'm just going to tear this edge a little bit so it's not so neat. We'll put that there. Okay. Just about like that, right? Okay. All right, that's good. Okay, and then we're going to put this piece down. All right. We're not going to fuss so much over all the tags, but I wanted to make at least one really fancy one. And of course, you don't have to do this at all if you don't want to. Just put whatever tag you like in. Okay, so now we have the base of the tag, and I'm sure I want to use this little fox, and I need to fussy cut him some more. Now, normally if I'm fussy cutting, I'm going to take all of the background away, but I think this one might benefit from having a little bit of it show to make it stand up a little bit from the background. Okay, so there's our fox. My question is, can I put him up on any kind of support and still get this thing in the pocket without ruining him going in and out the pocket over time? Okay. Sorry, just covering up my ink and my glue. So here's the pocket. It's pretty flat. Let's just see. Yeah, it's a tight fit already. So I really am going to have to keep him flat. We can't put him up on anything. Okay, so now we know. We need to keep everything flat. That was my suspicion, but you could always put little gussets in that pocket if you wanted to put something more dimensional, but of course I did not plan ahead for that. So now I think I want to put this down here, but not I'm not going to put it right on the bottom. I'm just going to put it up a little bit. I'm going to tear this edge. just like that. Okay. Now, I know I wanted to put that there. I went ahead. So then I think we're going to put him here, and we want to put, so I still have this butterfly situation, or moth, or whatever it is that I haven't used. I don't have to use, but I have it if we want to use it. No. And let's see, we have this kind of narrow. I think we have enough sort of stripey things going on though. But we do have our phrase, and I have either this one if I do that, I'll put something behind it. I think that's a little big for what I want. So I think we're going to go with this one. And we'll probably put something light behind it. So if we put that there and that there, how about a tag? Oh, that looks kind of nice, doesn't it? Oh, I like that. I was thinking I might have to pick and choose which one I want to use, but I really like that one. I don't think I'm going to like any of these any better. I like the color that gives. Oh, I think I will leave the little light border around it. I'm just going to trim off the corners. I'm going to trim a little bit off the bottom. Now, if we put this here, we could actually punch a hole in it and have a little string dangling, but I'll probably do that up there, so maybe we'll leave that. Okay, I like that a lot. Okay, so if we do that, we probably won't even use this if I do that. We'll save this for somewhere else. But I feel like it needs something behind it. I wish I had some music paper. That would be really good, but I don't. The only music paper I have is Christmas carols. Maybe just a little bit of that. No. I like that, but not that much. Where is... wonder, do we want a little text? No. We could do a little bit more of the dictionary page. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. And another thing that we have a little scrap of this burlap from when we did the cover. So if that was like that and that like that. Okay, now we're starting to make some progress. Then I feel like I would need another scrap of that burlap. Do I have it? I mean, I have the whole ribbon, so that's no problem. I'm just wondering if I had one already available. Oh, I do. Okay, here we go. And that could go down there. Let me cut that. just got to be cautious that I don't add too much bulk. Okay, all right, I'm liking this. And I wonder, do we need anything along that side? It's kind of plain. I don't think so, because we can shift all that a little bit if we want. I like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so I need to ink this. Then let me grab, I'm just going to use this. All right, I'm going to put this down with glue stick. It's these thin papers, it's a lot easier. All right, so we're using that. Just want to see exactly where I want to put that. I think I'm angling it just slightly. I don't want it too straight. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. There's that. All right, then we're going to do this here, right? So I want this right about there. Okay. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for that. Here. All right, so then this one needs to go there, right about there. I think I want to trim. These are a little long. Let's give it a little haircut. There. Okay. That's good. I feel like I could have put that one over a little bit. Or this one. Maybe I could slide it. I just want it over a little bit from where it's at. Let's see. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, good. Okay, so that's where all those are. Now I need to ink this tag and the fox. I'm just wondering, how much bulk would it add if I added a little bit of cheesecloth under there? Probably too much, but I really kind of want to. Let's see. You know, I really, really want to do this, but I know every single time I put this in and out of the pocket, that would catch. So I'm going to leave it off, even though I want it. All right. If you've watched more than a few of my videos, you've probably seen me do tags like this before, where I got carried away and made them so dimensional that they didn't fit in the pocket where they were intended to go. So I'm trying to avoid doing that with this. Okay. That, and again, I would love to have put that up on a little bit of chipboard and given it some height, and then done the same with this. So if you're just making a tag to make a tag, you could do that, but I have to fit it in that pocket, so I can't. And I'm just being gentle with this. If you have like a Copic marker, an alcohol marker or something like that, you could use that to darken the edges. And I've got some, I just didn't feel like digging them out. So we're going to put him here. Nice, I like that. Put him higher, but then he'd look a little like he was floating. So I'm going to put him down here. I feel like I want to add one more element. I know by now you're probably thinking I'm insane. But I'd like a little something to sort of ground him in his space, and I'm thinking it's going to be this. So I'm going to fussy cut out this fern shape. Okay. Rough cut the bottom here. All right, let's see. And the reason I'm doing this is right now he's just sort of floating there, and we can't add any dimension because it has to fit in the pocket. So we have to give the illusion of dimension. And by putting a little something in front of him, then all of a sudden we have that illusion. And I'm tempted to see if I can find either put that there. No, I'm going to put it here, and then I may find another little something. What else we got? Oh, we have some more fern. So I'm going to cut another piece. Oh, I hate that. I don't want to cut that. Love that. Let me find find another little something that I can cut. Okay. All right, so if we put that there, it's not bad, but I think I still need a ferny shape. I don't want that to be too much. I don't want to cover him too much. I just want to be able to give him a little sense of dimension. All right. I think that works. I think I want to cut this side off though. Do something. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let me just ink this and then we'll put these down. It's just a little touch, but I just think it makes him look more set in the space. And another thing you could do, and I didn't want to do, I mean, I'm already doing quite a bit that's that you might not have the same stuff as me, like with the burlap and the dictionary page, but most people can get their hands on a dictionary. But you could do some stenciling with some texture paste, some paint spattering. Why does that look so white? Because I tore it. Okay, hang on. Oh, well, I'm going to cover it anyway, so it's fine. Some texture paste, some paint spatters. It would look great on it. Just whatever you want to use. Go. And then we have this one. Just pressing those nice and flat, because again, we have to watch the dimension on this. It has to go in that pocket. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. I feel like it's a little bare up there, but it's fine. I'm not going to add any more. I am, however, going to put a hole in it, and I'm going to add something. I'm going to use a grommet. So, put my grommet. There we go. Of course, we have this on the back. Now I have this, which is from my stash. I'm sorry, I'm sure you won't have the same, but I can tell you what I did to make this. This was white, and I just spritzed it with some distress inks, or I put some distress inks on plastic and just sort of rubbed it around in them. And I would have used broken china. Let me see what I have. I only have a couple of them, so. All right, it was broken china and bundled sage, and then probably a little brown of some kind. But again, if you don't have this, don't worry about it. Just use what you have. Like I have this, which I used the white, and then I just ran some of this walnut stain, I think. It might have been Vintage Photo, but it looks like walnut stain. And that would look nice. Actually, I could even put them together with a little of this. This is just some baker's twine. Let's do that. know this is longer than I need. I hope this may not fit through that tiny little grommet. Or it might. That looks pretty. And these are definitely too long. Cute. I like it. Okay. Here. And let's bring this over. Okay, I'm going to move, let's move all these scraps. We are definitely going to be done for today. And then next time we will finish up. I'll probably do quite a bit off camera in terms of just tucking things in. Anything I make that you need to know how to make, I will show you, but I think there's quite a few things that I'm just going to tuck in. These, at least so you can see a little bit. Okay, good heavens, what a mess. Okay, so this is going to go in here. All right, everybody keep your fingers crossed that it fits. Okay, right off the bat, a little bit of that's catching, but that's all right. We're going to be careful. That is awesome. And that's going to stick out the top. Ooh. Well, the bulk of this is causing the magnet to not catch. However, I'm not terribly concerned about it because it's still staying closed. But if you don't like that, just don't put so much stuff on your tag. Cute. Okay, we just gotta let that soften a little bit so it doesn't stick straight up like that. There we go. All right. I will be back. Next time we'll finish up. We'll do our closure. We'll add any other embellishments, although I don't think I'm going to embellish any more. I think it's fine. But we do need to do inserts for all the pockets and the belly bands and that kind of thing. So I will see you next time. We'll finish up with this mini album using Stamperia Forest. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, please. And if you have, thank you so much. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.